Hi there! In this video I will show you all gamepads I have right now in my home. Here are almost all kinds of gamepads from Sega Mega Drive to newest PC gamepads. Most of these gamepads may bring a lot of nostalgic memories. Here we have almost 26 gamepads, and let's begin. Okay, the first one is for 8-bit console. This is a gamepad for Dendy Jr. Dendy Jr. was a Russian clone of NES system. With this gamepad on this console we were able to play NES games. It is enough comfortable. As you can see, it has typical B and A, select and start buttons, and also turbo versions of these two buttons, Turbo B and Turbo A. For example, it is very comfortable to play Contra when you just press turbo button and you don't need to press it all the way when your character is using his gun. The D-pad on this gamepad is also pretty comfortable to press these buttons, no problems at all. The type of connection looks like this. All Dendy gamepads use such connection type. Okay, let's check the next one. Okay, this is also a gamepad for Dendy, the NES clone. Here we have much larger buttons, larger D-pad, but I think it is less comfortable than previous gamepad. Connection type is the same. This is just a Chinese gamepad for this console. Another Chinese gamepad for Dendy, and this one is most comfortable of all Dendy gamepads. It fits in hand very well. It has a little D-pad, but it's enough comfortable to press. Large buttons, Turbo B, Turbo A. Here we have the notice to rob, the mistake our Chinese friends made. To rob. Yes, this gamepad is the most comfortable for Dendy. I played Ninja Gaiden a lot with this gamepad. This is very good gamepad for Dendy. Okay, the next one, I am sure many of you know this gamepad who old enough. It is Sega gamepad, 6 buttons, 1 button mode, not separated D-pad, and this was good to play fighting such as Mortal Kombat and others. In those times no one complained about not separated D-pad. Everyone played Mortal Kombat well, and there was no problem to press this D-pad when you doing your super movies, combos and fatalities. So if the D-pad has made it well, then there is no any problem. It's good enough to play with such type of D-pad. The button mode. It was used in a couple of games such as Batman Forever. When you pressed it, I remember there was some changes in how your character moves. Very nice gamepad, I think it looks nice and it's enough comfortable. Here we have another Dendy gamepad, also with big buttons, huge D-pad. I think this D-pad is not so good. It is a little bit loose here. Anyway, this is just a simple gamepad, but it's not good enough. A Chinese gamepad for Sega Mega Drive. It has some letters, BBG. Okay, I think this is the best gamepad for Mega Drive. This 6 button is very comfortable when you're playing Mortal Kombat. It has 1 button mode here, and it fits in hand very well. Of course, this is a visual copy of PlayStation gamepads, but it has 6 buttons here and 1 button here. This is my favorite gamepad for Mega Drive. It was very comfortable to play games with this thing. What else do we have here? Oh, this is not a gamepad for PS3. This is a Bluetooth gamepad for PC, Android and iOS systems. We have 1 button to turn it on. It works visually like a PlayStation gamepad. And we can play games via Bluetooth on our PC, mobile phones or tablets and so on. It is a comfortable gamepad, but I think the sensitivity of these analog sticks is not good enough to play shooter games, to move your camera with this thing, to walk slowly in stealth shooter with this stick, etc. It has a built-in battery and it charges via this micro USB. Whoa, another clone of PlayStation 3 gamepad. What happened with this gamepad? What is this strange thing at the back side of this thing? Okay, this is a Chinese copy of PlayStation 3 gamepad. This is for PlayStation 3. You can play games on PS3. and I have a dead battery inside this gamepad. In those times I hadn't enough time to order some batteries and wait till it come a couple of months, so I decided to throw away the battery inside this gamepad and put here this 18650 battery, which has the same voltage. Actually, it works very well with this gamepad, but one bad thing with gamepad, some games doesn't work properly with this. For example, in Twisted Metal game for PS3 you can't use turbo with this button. As I can remember, it turns on with double pressing of X or something like this. So with this gamepad this function doesn't work, I don't know why. Maybe the creators of this gamepad hadn't made a good copy of all functions inside. Alright, this is a Genius Max Fire Blaze 2. This is an old gamepad. This gamepad works with both systems, PS1 and PS2, and with PC via this USB cable. It works pretty well with consoles, but with PC we have some problem with compatibility. Many of games in those times were not enough good with this gamepad. Also, this thing had another problem. Sometimes, very rarely, there was accidentally random pressings of some buttons, such as these shifts. Buttons were pressing by themselves. I remember it was a really annoying problem, but it happened very rarely. Here we have two little gamepads. This is a Bluetooth gamepad for PC, Android and iOS. I don't play games with these gamepads, I'm using it for Photoshop and Illustrator. I bind some hotkeys to these buttons and I'm pressing it. It is very comfortable, much better than using a keyboard. It is not comfortable to play with this gamepad using two hands, and I don't recommend it to use it for games. I'm just using it for hotkeys and I can recommend it to use it in this way. Another gamepad I was planning to use in the same way. This is a gamepad for PC, Android and iOS. It not works so well with PC. Every time you must go through the pairing procedure when you turn it on, and it is not so comfortable. It is much bigger than those two little gamepads, so I just don't use it. Here we have another Bluetooth gamepad for PC, Android and iOS. It has a really bad sensitivity in these sticks, in these analog sticks, but it is very lightweight. It is enough comfortable to hold in hands. It works well with some arcade games, some 3D action where you don't need to aim a target, because this is a critical thing with this gamepad. You can't aim well with these sticks. Mainly I play it with this gamepad in some emulators, etc. This is an old Genius gamepad for PC. It is comfortable to play Sega games on emulator. It has 6 buttons here, 2 shift buttons, not separated D-pad. The bad thing about this gamepad, this D-pad broke a couple of times, so as you can see I repaired it. I made a metal pin here, so now it holds very well, doesn't break anymore. This is a simple gamepad for emulator games, USB connections, and I think nothing else we can say about this gamepad. Logitech gamepad for PC F310. This is a very good gamepad. It is not enough comfortable, I think. It doesn't fit well for the hands, I think, but it is compatible with most of games, almost like a Xbox 360 gamepad. It has good quality analog sticks with good sensitivity, and actually it is a good gamepad in overall. Here we have a DualShock 2 for PS2. All DualShock gamepads are almost the same. The DualShock for PS1, the DualShock for PS2 and PS3, they look almost the same, so here is nothing to tell about. I think this position of analog sticks is not so well as it made for Xbox 360. This position of analog sticks I think is more comfortable. This is less comfortable. So here is DualShock 3 for PS3. This is a CS-axis gamepad, so it has a function of positioning. You can rotate your gamepad and this will affect to some games. For example, such as Beyond Two Souls and Heavy Rain. And actually I hate this function. This is a very dumb option for control your game actions. Another Logitech gamepad. This is an old Wingeman cordless. It has 6 buttons like on Sega Mega Drive. It has very dumb D-pad. This is the worst D-pad I ever saw. The most uncomfortable D-pad of all gamepads. These 2 analog sticks, it can't be pressed, so there is no any buttons. You can't press right stick and you can't press left stick. They can just only work with your camera and walk in a game. It has also 4 shift buttons and this throttling slider. I think it can be used in some racing games. This gamepad powered with 4 AA batteries and it weighs a lot. It is very heavy gamepad. I don't like it much because it has many negatives. A gamepad for Xbox One. This is a good gamepad, but only thing I don't like is D-pad. D-pad clicks like a computer mouse. It doesn't have silicone parts inside, it just clicks. It is enough comfortable for gaming and there is nothing else actually to tell about. This is just a good gamepad. A gamepad for Xbox 360, black and white. Great gamepad with good analog stick sensitivity. All games on PC I'm playing with this thing. I can give to this gamepad a 9 out of 10. It is one of the best gamepads in my opinion. This is an old iPega gamepad. This is gamepad for mobile phones. You can put your phone here, pair it via Bluetooth and play your Android games. It also compatible with iOS. Actually, it's not compatible with most Android systems. Doesn't work well with all of them. Another iPega gamepad. It is the newest one. It is not very comfortable to put your fingers here, but overall it is a good gamepad. Analog sticks placed here over D-pad and over other buttons. These parts can protrude and retract. Here how we can do this, it becomes smaller. Here we can put our phone or tablet. This part actually is a little bit loose. We can do it this way and play comfortable in some games on Android or emulated games. Pretty good gamepad as for me. And the last of them is PS1 DualShock. This gamepad is damaged. Here we have some problems with the cord. This is one of the oldest gamepads and actually it still works. I checked it a couple of days ago and it worked fine. I said already that DualShock 1, DualShock 2, DualShock 3 are almost the same. There is nothing to say about. I don't like the position of left analog stick here. I prefer this position. But anyway, this is a great gamepad. I'll give him 8 out of 10 because of this separated D-pad. I don't like separated D-pads. Many people prefer to play with separated D-pads, but there is a lot of gamepads with good, not separated D-pad. Even in fighting, you can play with them enough comfortable. So this was a review of my gamepads which I have in my home. If you like this video, I'm very glad. So I think that's all. Tell me in comments what gamepads do you prefer, what is your favorite gamepads. I think you have your own opinion about the separated or not separated D-pad and something else. Write below the video what is your favorite gamepad. Okay folks, that's all. Bye bye, see you next time.